Hello, welcome to part 2 of going through my tea collection, and today is going to be mostly crinkles. And then I have some other sets that I might show if the time doesn't run too long. But let's get into it. So, first things first, these are tea bags, and they're loose, and I usually don't store teas like this in that way, but for some reason I did with these. And these are Tea Guys is the brand. You can see right there. Or can you? Yes, you can. And they're maple flavored, or maple syrup flavored. And they're a bit strong, so I don't have these super often, but this container is airtight when I close it and put the lid on, so they're definitely okay in here. And then these are all my David's tea loose leaf teas, and some of these are a bit old. I'm trying to work through them, use them up so they can't get any older. And starting this, it's pretty low, there's not too much left, is Magic Dragon. And this is a fruit infusion, meaning it has no caffeine. And this is a kind of a dragon fruit blend with apple, rosehip, hibiscus, and blackberry leaves. And this one is pretty good. I have a canister of this one as well. Moving on, we have mango fruit punch, and there's really not too much left in here. There's only like a really small amount. This is another fruit infusion, and this is pineapple, mango, tangerine, marigold blossoms, more of a tropical blend. Then we have Kashmiri chai. This is a green tea, so it has some caffeine. And this is a light chai. It's not super strong or overwhelming. It's a good flavor. Have about half of the package left. Then we have Caribbean Crush. This is another tropical flavor. Pineapple, papaya, cranberry. This is another fruit infusion. This one is Queen of Tarts. This is a stimulant, meaning that it has a good amount of caffeine. probably to rival like a cup of coffee. This one is hibiscus, guayusa, marigold petals, stevia, and natural blackberry flavoring. This one is alright. It's a bit strong for me, not caffeine wise, but just it's tart is the point. I would say that it's about as tart, well, maybe not about as tart, but kind of close to cranberry juice or grape juice. Got like a tangy sensation. So it's not my favorite. And then this one is Power Berry, another stimulant. And I kind of feel the same way about this one. It's very tangy and strong. My hands are wild. And I almost just hit something. Not the biggest fan of these super like berry flavored ones, but I didn't know that when I bought them. This one is Vanilla Swirl, caffeine free, and this one, they compare it to a soft serve ice cream cone but with lemongrass, and I think that's pretty accurate. And as these teas get a little bit older, they do lose a little bit of flavor, which is why, like I said, I want to use them up as soon as possible. I've gotten really into tea recently, and I used to buy a lot of loose leaf, and I don't know, now I'm like fully into tea. I'm drinking tea. But when I bought these, I was just kind of like, yeah, tea is good. I don't know. So then the next one, this one is not opened, is Grapefruit Squeeze. So I can't tell you if this one's any good. I don't think I've ever tried it. This is a citrusy grapefruit flavor with, it describes it as a tangy, lightly floral tea. So I might like that a bit more than something that's straight citrus. Not a big fan of citrus. But if it's more of a floral citrus. I'm sorry if you hear banging. I genuinely don't know what that is. I always think that you guys can hear things like super elevated compared to me, but then sometimes I look back at the footage and it's really not that loud. So I don't want to make too big of a deal out of background noise, because maybe I'm pointing it out and you didn't even notice. But at the same time, I don't want it to be super, super like, what the heck is that? And then just not say anything. I don't know. It's always a mystery to me what will show up on camera. This is a smaller package. I believe this was like a sample pack, but I've tried this before. This is North African mint green tea. I'm a really big fan of mint teas, especially the spearmint type teas. This one is peppermint, not spearmint. But I do love a good spearmint tea. Then we have vanilla matcha, which, if you know what matcha is, that's what this is. It comes in a powder. This one has the element of vanilla. I haven't had this in a while, and I think I'm gonna try it soon. I also have a little, what do you call it? Like a little blender for your drinks. What is that called? Not an immersion blender, the like really little ones for making like foamy drinks. Oh my god, I have no idea. Anyway, I have one of those now. This is Goji Pop. This one is also not as tangy and tart as the others, but close. I would say that this one is definitely less intense, and it's also caffeine free, whereas the other two berry teas were stimulants. This one is a good one for shaking. It's not super tiny bits. It actually has like dried berries. Okay, these next two are not open, so I'm not going to talk too much about them. But they came in a set of fruit-ish. Inspired. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. All I know is there was another one that was apple. I recently finished the strawberry one, and then I don't remember what the others were. But they were basically different colors with the solid packaging. But one is orange glow, and the other one is just Beat It, which is a beet tea. Very Dwight Schrute of me to have that. But I don't want to open the ones that aren't already open. I want to use up the open ones first, just to be I don't know, proactive about finishing things and not letting them get stale. And this beet tea is a stimulant, and the orange one is caffeine free. I have a feeling this one's going to be really tart because it has a lot of berry ingredients and beets. Does it have beets as an ingredient? Yeah, beetroot. Although people use beetroot to kind of in place of food coloring for some stuff, so it could just be that. And then we have Sunny Citrus, again not opened. This one has sprinkles in it. This one sounds really good. I've kind of passed up this one because it's citrus, and I think that this came in a set. I didn't just buy a bunch of tea that I knew I wouldn't like. Usually I would buy sets of tea, and some of them would be things that I really like, and then there would be teas where it's like citrus and it's like, I'm not super interested. And then, I don't know, I used to have a lot more loose leaf. This is really just like the end of my collection. I think I'm probably done buying loose leaf for the most part, just for now. Well, when you see in this box, you'll know why. How long has this been running? Okay. I can't really see the camera super well, or the viewfinder super well. So, okay, I had to cut because fire trucks and stuff like that. And then someone was backing up very loudly with their truck. But anyway, we have strawberry lemonade, and this is caffeine free. And this is apple hibiscus blossoms, blackberry leaves, candied papaya, lemongrass, beetroot. There's the beet again, strawberries, marigold blossoms, and then natural strawberry and lemon flavoring. And then our last loose leaf is lime gelato. And this is green tea, so low caffeine. And this is apple, sencha green tea, pineapple, lemongrass, and then artificial creamy lime flavoring. Okay, so we finished this box. So we can go ahead and put everything back. And I have the ones with the least amount of tea left on top, so they're easier to finish. And I'll take that. And then I already undid the top here. And let me move that. And I know the top of the container needs to be cleaned. I think it's partially from the move and then partially from being under like a bunch of stuff for a while. But we have a lot of tea bags here. So I think that I'm going to take them out in groups and then put them back in. And let's get started. I have some David's tea bags here. This one is organic silk dragon jasmine. And this one is Chinese green tea scented with jasmine flowers. And I have 2 of these. I might have more floating around, but I don't think so. I'm just going to put them off to the side here. And then I have Headache Halo. This is a rooibos. I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say it out loud. And this one is rooibos, nana mint, lemongrass, willow bark, nettle leaves, lavender, passion flower, vervain leaves, rose petals, and mala blossoms. And there's 2 of these as well. And then, we have the Buzz. This one is ginger, green tea, matcha green tea, yerba mate. Again, not sure if that's the correct pronunciation. Quince, apple, lemon peel, orange peel, licorice root, lemongrass, guarana powder, white ginseng, and natural lemon oil. Seems like we only have 1. And then organic cream of Earl Grey, which is black tea, cornflowers, marigolds, and natural flavoring. Only 2 of those left. And I did at one point buy like a large variety set with these tea bags, and I really don't have too many left. Tea bags are just a little bit easier than loose leaf, especially if you're trying to make a quick cup. Don't have to clean anything afterwards. I know that people have usually a preference. We have 3 organic this skinny. This is oolong, pu'er tea, ginger or orange peel, oh boy, eleuthero root, and natural flavoring. 3 of those. And these I'm also trying to use up because I do think that they're the oldest in this collection. We used to have David's tea, but they're not in the US anymore. And when we had them, I went crazy, and now we don't have them, and I'm not a big online shopper. So I think that we're good on David's tea. There might be like a few more floating in here, but the rest is going to be brands that you can pretty much find at the grocery store, or like Target, Walmart, whatever. Okay, so this one is a recent purchase, and this is Bigelow Whispering Wildflowers. These are really, really, really good. I had to actually kind of search these out, but I saw them online and I really wanted to try them. I ended up having to drive like, I don't even know, 30-40 minutes to a grocery store that I don't really go to because they were the only place that had it. And I was really dedicated. I really wanted to try this tea, and it's worth it. It's chamomile, rosebud, hibiscus, lavender, licorice root, butterfly pea flower, tulsi, L-theanine, passion flower, orange blossom, natural rose flavor, rosehip, apple pieces, elderberries, and raspberries. It's kind of a mouthful, but these are really, really good. I like these before bed because they're specifically a stress relief tea, and I have quite a few of these because I recently bought them. Oh, I was like, where'd they all go? Big bundle there. And then we'll do twinings. Herbal tea. This is winter spice. Chamomile, apple flavor with other natural flavors, cinnamon, cardamom, and clove. These are another good nighttime tea. I don't think I have much twinings here. That's a lot. I'm gonna have to put some of them down. Otherwise, they're gonna go flying everywhere. And then this is probably my favorite sleep tea, and this is Tazo Dream with chamomile, orange peel, licorice root, blackberry leaves, roasted chicory root, lavender flowers, passion flowers, valerian root, fennel seed, almond flavor, and vanilla flavor. And the almond is probably the most like central flavor, and I love almond flavored anything, and this tea is great. I really don't have too much left, but I would definitely rebuy these. Tazo's a pretty good brand. This is another one I bought recently. I believe this is a Christmas tea because it's called Joy. But this one is a blend of black oolong and green tea with peach. I'm gonna have a lot of these because I just bought them. I usually buy the box and then put it in my container. Okay, so next, this is yogi tea, and this is cinnamon horchata, stress, and sleep. This one has ashwagandha root, passion flower herb, toasted brown rice, cinnamon bark, apple cider vinegar powder, horchata flavor, stevia leaf, and ashwagandha root extract. This tea is really, really good for sleep. Every time I drink this, I fall asleep fast. I stay asleep the whole night, which is kind of rare for me. I am someone who wakes up a lot during the night. I think it's the ashwagandha that makes me sleep, or sleep better. And it's a good flavor. If you've had a horchata, it's obviously not exactly like horchata, but it tastes close enough for a tea. It's pretty earthy in flavor, like how a lot of people will say matcha is earthy or grassy. This one's not grassy, but it definitely tastes earthy is the best way to put it, but it's good. It's more of a hint of horchata flavor, but honestly it makes me sleep so good. It could taste horrible and I'd probably still drink it. Okay, let's see. I have some of these are mixed. I have Bigelow Perfectly Mint. This is a spearmint tea, and this does have caffeine because it's a black tea. It's literally just a black tea with spearmint. And I've bought these a lot. I've bought these over and over again. And I do use these to make pitchers of sweet tea with the mint flavor. And they come out really good. I just put some tea bags in the pitcher, some hot water, let it steep, add my sugar, and then pop it in the fridge. It's really good. If I don't use this, I use regular, I think Red Rose brand black tea for regular sweet tea. Let's see. I have Tazo glazed lemon loaf. Is this it? I only have 3. I don't think so. I think I'm just missing some. Wow, maybe actually. I think they're just deep in there. Sorry my video cut out. And I'm not sure what I last said that it picked up on, but glazed lemon loaf, the dessert delights are very good. So I'm gonna move on. I've been having like a lot of issues filming today. I don't know why. Okay, so next, I'm like really paranoid the video is just gonna cut again. Anyway, we have Tazo Juniper Mint Honey. And this one is one of the, they have a series where it's places around the country. This one is inspired by the Rocky Mountains. And this one is juniper berries, peppermint, spearmint. And this is a pretty good tea. Caffeine free. What should I do next? I think I'll do caramel apple. This is Bigelow, and this is a seasonal tea. And a decadent blend of buttery caramel and sweet apples. This is a black tea, so it does have some caffeine. I think that this is a fall tea from them. I know that they also have winter ones, and I have a few in here. But this is a pretty good one. Obviously not one of my big favorites because I have so many. If I have a lot of them, it either means I really like it because I keep rebuying it, or it's just alright because I haven't drank a ton of them. And then I have, I believe you call this brand Puka. This is Nighttime, a dreamy bed of oat flower, lavender, and lime flower. I love this tea. I got this one fairly recently, but I mean, clearly it's a hit. Either that or there's somewhere in here, but I believe it. I drink this a lot. It's a really great nighttime tea. It just tastes really good. These are paper wrappers. Which make a better sound. And then this one I bought not too long ago. Puka, chamomile, vanilla, and manuka honey. And this one is pretty good as well. I haven't really had a chance to go through these, as in drink them, which is why I have so many. I bought this maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. There's definitely a lot of them. And then I know that I don't just have 2 peach cobblers, that's why I'm avoiding them. This one is Organic India, Tulsi Sweet Rose. And this is the only one that I've ever bought from this brand. But it's so good if you like floral and rose flavors. I have a lot of them. See, a lot of these I bought somewhat recently. And that's one of them. And then I have Bigelow Benefits stress-free rose and mint herbal tea. I think that I may have bought this one more than once. So I think I might be on my second box here on these ones, because I've definitely drank a lot of this. Yeah, I definitely bought more than one box. But I'm pretty obviously a big fan of floral teas. Yeah, I think I have more than one box just in my hands. But this is really good. Let me put some of these down. Holding too many of them. This is a really good nighttime tea as well. I'm a big fan of the Bigelow Benefits sub-brand, whatever. At least of the ones that I've tried, I think I have 2 of them. The other one being this chamomile and lavender. Overall, I really like Bigelow. That was my foot just cracked. Overall, I'm a big fan of Bigelow. Oh, we have another caramel apple. Where the heck did I put those? I genuinely don't know. Oh, over here. So, I mean, we might as well go over this one. Is chamomile and lavender herbal tea with chamomile, wild orange leaves, passion flower, lavender, red poppy flowers, and then natural lavender and rose flavors. And I really like teas that have lavender, chamomile, that sort of thing. I just really like a floral blend. Okay. Now my phone is telling me that it's dying. Wonderful. It never ends today. Okay. So we have another caramel apple. And then we have pumpkin spice, which is a black tea by Bigelow. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the pumpkin spice teas that I've tried. This one is probably the best. And I like pumpkin spice. I'm not saying that I don't like them, and I also don't like pumpkin spice. I do like pumpkin spice. It's just the teas that I've tried have not been really good. They just don't really capture the pumpkin taste, the pumpkin part of the pumpkin spice. But this one is definitely the best one I've tried. Even though I wouldn't say that it's fantastic, it's definitely better than the Tazo one, which I think I have some of them here. Now we are plugged in, and hopefully everything will go smoothly. Okay. Next, I think I will do Bigelow Vanilla Chai. And this is a black tea, just a vanilla flavored chai. I have been drinking this one for a really long time. It's just a really good bagged chai. There's a lot of them in here. have gone through probably within my whole life many boxes of this, maybe like a dozen. I think it's just a good, simple tea. What else do we have? We have one of my favorite Christmas teas, which is eggnoggin. This is a black tea that is eggnog flavored, and if that sounds disgusting, I promise you it isn't. It's very good. And this is black tea, green tea, natural eggnog flavor with other natural flavors and cinnamon. And I know people who really don't like eggnog, but like this tea. I know that eggnog for some people is a bit, like rich, too heavy. And I like eggnog. I don't really drink a ton of it, but I do really like this tea. I think it's a good winter tea. And then another winter tea we have is peppermint bark, which is minty chocolate tea, caffeine free. I know I have more of these floating around. Quite a few of them. Oh, and a David's tea in there as well. Okay, and then my favorite of the delights is vanilla bean macaron. This one is really just like, I don't know, probably the best desserty tea. It's pretty naturally sweet. And we have another peppermint bark. What is in here? Not this one, no. But I think that this is the first tea that I ever tried by Tazo, and I was just hooked. I had to buy all the dessert delights, all the regional variations. This one is a black tea confection with notes of fragrant vanilla and a dash of cinnamon. This is very good. You should really try it. And they have this nice paper wrapper as well. I think I have one last dessert delight. That is butterscotch blondie. Right here. I'm not really a big fan of butterscotch in general, but I do like this tea. There are a lot of things I like in tea form that I don't like regularly, I think just because they're a lot lighter and the flavor isn't overwhelming, like in snacks or whatever. Baked goods, butterscotch is a bit overwhelmingly sweet for me, but I don't get that in the tea. So, and this is another black tea, so this has caffeine. Okay, so we have another regional variety, elderberry blackberry. This is inspired by New England. This one is pretty much as it says, it's a berry tea. I kind of wonder if I did try all these, or if there's another one floating around that I haven't found. Because this tea, this organic peach cobbler, I have never seen in my life until I was in a random grocery store when we went on our big road trip. I have so many more of these. What are they buried under? Oh, they're under the twinings. And this is organic peach cobbler. Enjoy a delectable blend of black tea with peach notes, apple, and cinnamon. I have never seen this locally, like, in my life. I didn't even know it existed, and I saw this, and I was like, I have to buy this. I'm not gonna make it on the trip, but, like, I will be drinking it when I get home. And the verdict, it's okay. It's more cinnamon than peach, which is fine. It's just I wish it was more peachy. Okay, and then we have another regional one. This is prickly pear cactus. Delight in refreshing prickly pear flavor and tart hibiscus flowers. Caffeine free. Inspired by the Southwest. This is a pretty good one. Oh, I'm running out of room. Next, we have Bigelow Cinnamon Stick. This is a black tea. This is very, I mean, it's in the name. It just tastes like cinnamon. Not like a candied cinnamon. Just regular cinnamon. As in the cinnamon you bake with. And that's alright. I'm not a big fan of one flavor teas like this, with the exception of maybe spearmint. I like a nice blend. There's quite a few flavors. So this one has not been super popular with me. But it's still good. If you're looking for a cinnamon tea, you'd probably like that. Next, these are all mixed together. Well, let's do, oh dear. I have Bigelow Earl Grey. I thought I had more of these. I wonder if I didn't put them in here. I recently bought a box of these, and I might not have put them in this particular box. But this is just regular Earl Grey. I like this tea with a little bit of milk, usually almond milk, and brown sugar. And it is kind of not exactly the same, but similar to when you get milk tea. I'm always botching real recipes and making my own thing. This is, why do I have so many of these? Oh boy. This is David's Tea Coffee Pour. I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of coffee. And these are coffee flavored. Oh, but it has almond and vanilla. I might honestly try this today and see if I like it more than I think I will. Or maybe I tried it back in the day, or I think I tried it back in the day. And I'm just assuming that I'll still not like it. But I'm gonna try this today and see if I really like it. See what the new verdict is. Oh, this is one of the teas that I don't like. This is the Tazo Pumpkin Spice Chai. This tastes very heavily of anise, which is black licorice flavor. And that's kind of a running issue with these pumpkin spice teas, is that a lot of them are heavily flavored with like licorice or anise. I'm really not a big fan of this tea at all. This is like the one tea out of here that I would gladly part with. Unfortunately. It's just a warning, if you don't like anise, don't buy that tea. And then I have Pumpkin Spice Chai by Twinings, because I keep trying. And this one is alright. This one isn't, I don't know, does this one have like licorice? No, this one doesn't. I remember not being impressed with this, but I don't remember being disgusted with it like the other tea. I think that this is pretty much the same as the Bigelow one, where it's just not pumpkin-y. It's just pumpkin spices. And I feel like when you get a pumpkin spice drink at like Starbucks or something, it has that pumpkin flavor. Whereas these are just like cinnamon, clove, allspice. But I don't know. Everything is falling. Oh, here's my peach cobbler. Okay. Then I also have a Twinings French Vanilla. I bought these two at Bed Bath & Beyond when they were closing. We went to check it out and see if there was anything super discounted, and they had Twinings tea, but only these two kinds. And they were like $1 a box, so I just bought them. And this one's pretty good as well. I do prefer the Bigelow one, wherever it went. But this one is not bad. Okay. This one I think is all peach cobbler. This tea is from IKEA, and I really like their black tea bags. I use them to make sweet tea. This one is not really my favorite. It's rooibos and rose fruit hips. It kind of smells, because you can smell it through the paper. It's the only one that you can. Kind of smells like medicinal, and it tastes medicinal as well. So I'm not a super big fan of this one. I'll probably still drink it, or try to find something to make with it. But there's just so many of them. The IKEA tea boxes just came with, I don't know, like 40 tea bags or something, which is great if you like it, but not great if you don't like it. But I clearly have a ton of IKEA tea. I just dropped those all over the place. Okay, whatever. This is Bigelow Botanicals Cold Water Infusion, Blackberry Raspberry Hibiscus. And I don't use these often, these like cold water infusions. I just usually make iced tea. But I had a coupon for a free box of these, so I ended up redeeming it. And this is the one I picked. I don't remember trying this. I very well could have, but I don't remember. Because it's been a while since I redeemed the coupon. Basically, I don't remember what this tastes like, so I don't want to give an opinion on it, but to me, I just prefer regular tea bags, and then you add ice or refrigerate them. But I'm sure it's good because Bigelow is good. They're a good brand. Okay, so then this is all Tazo Peach Cobbler. I'm just gonna leave them in there. And let's get to reorganizing. I think what I'm gonna do is do my least favorites on the bottom and the ones I'm more likely to drink or the ones I'm more likely to want to use up towards the top, which is kind of how I had it before, but then things shift around and mix in. So we're definitely going to put the IKEA one towards the bottom. I think that's it for that one. And then I think I'm going to put the botanicals, the cold water one, down here. I don't dislike this peach cobbler tea, by the way. It's just not one of my favorites. And I like to have it on the bottom because there's so many of them. Next, I'm going to do the Tazo Pumpkin Spice Chai because I do not like this tea. And there's a million of them. Okay, and then next, I think I'll do Cinnamon Stick. And I'm sure if you made it this far, you're seeing the... I'm kind of putting them in the same spots as before. I think I'll do elderberry blackberry. Again, I don't really dislike any of the other teas that I have. It's just the IKEA one and that specific pumpkin spice. Caramel apple. Maybe we'll put our seasonal teas together. And then peppermint bark. Top. And then a pumpkin spice chai. And then I think I'll do joy. Because that one's also seasonal. Oh, I have more peppermint bark. And then eggnog. And then I'll do one of these vanilla chives. And then the Bigelow ones. This is a rough way of organizing. But at the same time, I feel like I go through it so constantly, it doesn't really matter. Throw my Earl Greys in there. And prickly pear cactus. And butterscotch. Lemon loaf. Juniper mint honey. And then I think I'll put this puka chamomile vanilla manuka honey. Winter spice. Rose mint. Chamomile and lavender. Perfect mint. Tulsi rose. And then horchata. I definitely drink these sleep teas a lot more than the other teas, but also I'm trying to drink more of my loose leaf. Whispering wildflowers. Whispering wildflowers. Vanilla bean macaron. Tazo dream. The puka nighttime. The coffee. I'll be trying. Ooh, the buzz. The skinny. Headache halo. Organic cream of Earl Grey. And then Silk Dragon Jasmine. So that is all of the teas. I also had a little other container, but this video is going to be super long, so I'm just gonna skip it. said this earlier, but it's just this Sweet Indulgence set from David's Tea in their loose leaves. But I wanted to focus on crinkles in this video, and I hope that you like this video. I know that the setup is kind of awkward. There was a lot of cuts. I'm working with what I got. You know, you're still on a bar stool. I probably won't film with like this top-down style too soon in the future, just because it causes a lot of nonsense. But I hope that you enjoyed it nonetheless. I hope that you like the crinkles. And if you have a favorite tea, let me know what it is. I'm interested. I clearly like to have a variety, try new blends, etc., etc. But most importantly, I hope that you sleep well if you're going to sleep, or get what you're doing done if you're working on something. And I hope that you enjoyed